All right, welcome back to our weekly freelance check-in. Have you ever just had one of those months where nothing is working and everything's kind of falling apart? Because me too. That is why we missed the last couple weeks. So here's the story. I got sick. I got very sick. I'm still trying to get over it. A couple weeks ago, I was in bed for a couple days. One of the issues with freelance is I don't have sick time. So if I am out and I'm not working, I am not making money. So add that, then the holidays, just missed out on a lot of hours. Kind of hit me pretty hard mentally to try and get motivated to get back out there. Things are finally turning. I have been applying for some jobs, some full-time, some part-time gig work, just to fill the gaps, try and get a full 40 to 50 hours a week of consistent projects that I can count on. So I have an interview next week. I have 2 other hopefully soon interview follow-ups that I've had some back and forth with. A couple weeks ago I mentioned that I might have a gig in December that I'm excited for. So here's the story behind that. I got offered a gig, and in working with the producer, going back and forth a little bit, trying to figure out the scope of the project, I could tell that this was growing and growing and growing. They had a budget that sounded great at the start, but more days, more shoot time, more hours just kept getting added and added and added. I had to make the difficult decision to say thanks, but no thanks. In this journey, that's only the second time I've had to do that, which is great, but the couple months of saying yes to everything are over. I'm getting a lot more focused on, here are the things that are working, these are what I'm going to double down on, and that project just seemed like it was taking me too far away from the goals that I had. It was actually going to cost me hours and time to take that versus focusing on these other projects that I had. One of the projects that I am excited about that I do really want to focus on is our Angry Capital podcast. It has been great seeing 800% growth on view times and 400% growth on watch hours and 200% growth on our followers. This is all organic. We are getting ahead of the game with filming and shooting, and now we finally have the analytics to see what's working, what's not, and how we can tweak this as we go forward. So that's kind of my goal this week, is diving really deep into that YouTube world and social media, learning there, seeing what I can learn from this podcast, and then hopefully applying it to videos like this. I have a couple of ideas for other video series that I want to try out. I saw this video about just being kind of like creatively scared and having too many ideas but not knowing if it'll work, so you just don't do anything, and trying to overcome that, especially as I've been battling this sickness and dealing with the mental effects of that, and trying to go, all right, I need my energy back, I need the motivation, I need to get creative, I need to start putting out more content. So that's kind of our focus for the next week, preparing for a couple interviews, growing our Angry Capital, and really focusing on some of these ideas and getting the motivation back to film and edit and shoot. So stay tuned. I might be dropping some more content soon. I love doing these. I'm sorry that I missed you for a couple weeks, but hopefully I can kick this last little bit that's still in my system, and I will see you with an update next week.